What is going on, my Dino OTK? It's Dino OTK here, and welcome to my domain Monarch deck profile for the February 2018 ban list. Now, you're probably looking at this video and saying this is not my normal scheduled videos, and that's because I've got quite a lot to get off my chest. And the first thing is that I'm going to be taking a little break to be able to get all my stuff sorted for the channel and to update my schedule. So it's going to be every other day now, and hopefully I can start bringing out more content. And the first video will be coming out when I come back from my break will be the pendulum discussion video. I know I've been talking about this honest discussion video and I've wanted to do that for so long, but I've been looking at all my comments from all my videos, and you notice that someone wanted me to kind of produce a discussion video on pendulums and how they work and how they function. So I'll be doing something like YUGIOH Pro and being able to go through the cards and explain all their effects, just so you guys actually know how they all run in this kind of format, because they did get hit with Joker getting outright banned and Double Irish getting outright banned, which is a major consistency reduction for the deck, which I kind of like, because then pendulum producers will start going down the tiers and start going down to like a rogue tier possibly, or maybe even could be even more viable with those cards being banned, because you can implement cards like Odd Eyes and stuff. But all that will be done in the discussion video. But the main thing is I'll be taking a break and I'll be sorting out my stuff as well, with stuff like college coming up and getting all my coursework finished with that, and also finding the time that I'm able to produce these videos for you, and also producing more diverse content rather than the Monarchs exams, deck profiles and all that. I'll definitely be doing a lot more openings. I'll possibly doing an opening on Extreme Force, not the booster box, but I'll probably be getting a few more packs in, just so I can open them up for you guys, and hopefully we'll get like a Skull Dread or an Electromite or something good from that set. And anyways, on with the deck profile, starting off with our monsters. And for your monsters, of course, you want to run the triple Erebus, the Underworld Monarch, which is your main boss monster of the deck, allowing you to tribute to summon him, and then shuffling a card on the field, hand, or graveyard into the deck. So you can shuffle your own cards from the graveyard into the deck, or you can out a card from your opponent's hand, so you can out that hand trap and then leave them down with 5 cards in their opening hand, or you can shuffle a problematic card on the field to be able to go off on your combo plays. Of course, you want to run the one Ether, because, well, Ether is just too powerful to be let off the ban list, and there's a good reason, because you can play on your opponent's turn with Ether. I've been thinking of actually cutting Ether altogether, because it's very cloggy when you open up with her and just her, and it's just, I don't know, because you're only running 17 monsters, well, I'm running 17 monsters in this build, and, well, Ether does kind of help with the consistency, though you guys can take a look at this deck and kind of format it yourselves. Again, this is all to personal preference on what you want to run, and just use my deck list as a guide to what you want to run. But I like to run the one Ether just because it's an extra consistency boost for the deck. And then for the last of the double tributes, you want to run the one Zaborg, just so you can out your opponent's extra deck, which is absolutely insane in this format, especially out in that Electromite and the other cards that are coming out very soon. So soon this will be more valuable, because you need to get rid of that quick on Needle Fiber and just stop the decks that will be coming into fruition, such as Artifacts, the Burning Abyss, cards like, I hope the Ritual Beast deck will come back, but maybe not. But this will be a very valuable card to be running. I know it's a blank card, but that's the Borg, trust me. And then for your single tributes, you want to run the one Thestalos. And the reason why you're on the run Thestalos is because you're outing a card in your opponent's hand, so you're possibly out in that hand trap. And if you can combo off with yet an Erebus and a Thestalos, you can make your opponent start off with 4 cards, which is absolutely insane. And again, it's just amazing card advantage with this card and Erebus, so then you can carry over the combo plays and really just blow out your opponent on your turn. So then you can carry on with Monarchs and hopefully win with Monarchs, which again, I think Monarchs is a very viable deck right now, especially even with the Ether being at 1 and the other cards like Pantheas and Storeful being at 1. You can make this deck so much more consistent in today's meta. And again, I'll be trying to bring out a an extra deck build through Monarchs when I come back from a break. But for the next day or so, I'll be banging out another deck profile. So FAs will be coming out and other deck profiles like that, and I'll probably just deck profile the Dino Paleo deck that I've got for you guys, just so you guys understand how these kind of decks work and what you can actually play and what you can actually push these decks to. And anyway, next you want to run the one Caius, and if you want to run the mega versions of these cards, you can do. I just like having the 4 or 5 double tributes and then the 4 or 3 single tributes, because then it's a nice ratio. So if you open up with like one double tribute and then one single tribute, you can obviously go into the single tribute and then go into the double tribute. It's just a very good synergy you can have with the deck. And then you also want to run the one Karaz, because card advantage is very essential in this deck, especially with Karaz, allowing you to pop 2 dead cards on your field to be able to draw 2 cards, and if you really need to, you can pop cards on your opponent's out of the field. And anyway, that is it for your Monarchs. Let's go on to our Squires here. Of course, you want to run the triple Adair and then the triple Eidos. I like to run this ratio because it's just, you can't go wrong with this ratio, because you could, even if you end up with 1 or 2 are dead, you could still use them as tribute fodder and then activate their secondary effects. And then you want to run the one Mithra, because you need a little bit of a special summon, and also you can special summon it off a Adair. So essentially you're running triple Eidos, or 4 Eidos, because Mithra allows you to tribute summon additionally if you use her as a tribute. And then for the last of your monsters, you want to run the double Illusory Snatcher. And the reason why I run double Illusory Snatcher is because you can combo it off with Return. Once you tribute summon, you can search this card and then special summon it after that effect resolves. So again, absolutely amazing card. Again, really good for pushing for damage. You don't want to tribute summon for this card. You want to special summon it using its effect. And that is actually it for your monsters. So you're only running 17 monsters in the deck, and I feel that is the perfect ratio compared to all the spells and traps, because all the spells and traps will get you to your monsters and get you to those combos in your deck, and it's just absolutely insane. And of course you're running the domain build, so you're running triple domain and then triple tenacity, of course the main spells in the deck. And next you want to run the triple return, again combo off with Illusionary Snatcher to be able to special summon itself. And then of course the one Pantheism, the one Stoneforth, for the last of your Monarch spells. And honestly, I don't think that Pantheism will ever come back, but if it does come back, bump it up to 3. Absolutely needed it to 3. But again, domain build, you don't want to run an extra deck, but I'll be coming out with an extra deck build very soon. And that is all your Monarch spells. Next, for your supports, you want to run the Run Rota to search out Adair, one Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is unbanned, one DDR, because this allows you to recycle back your Eidos, and if you don't really mind discarding the one card, especially with the one copy of DDR, but this is actually a very good and versatile card to be able to special summon your Eidos and actually get a second normal summon. So essentially this is a spell card essentially similar to Brilliant Fusion, except you're discarding your special summon from the banished pile. And again, very versatile card. I would recommend running it, but again, all to personal preference, you can run what you want. And then for a little tacky card I ran 3 Soul Exchange, and the reason why I run the Soul Exchange is just so I can use my opponent's monsters and just out my opponent's monsters, and then use them as tribute fodder for my Monarchs. And that is it for your spells. And then next you want to run the triple skill drain of the deck, the triple Monarchs Erupt, and everyone's going to hate me for this, but all Klee players out there, you can run this card. You can run this card because, of course, we all know Klee does need to tribute for their effects, so what you can do is you can check in 3 of these, and then set it, and on your next turn, tribute for a Klee, activate this, and if you need to Pendulum Summon Klee, you can keep their full attack, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely, that's why I love this card, and I'm really tempted to make Klee using this card. But I know everyone's going to hate me, but all Klee players out there, you can run this card, and it's just absolutely amazing. This is splashable in any deck as well. So instead of running the skill drain and paying the thousands, you can just run 3 of these and then like one tribute summon monster, and then you've got a skill drain in your deck. And as long as you have the tribute summon monster on the field during the end, before the end phase of your turn, you keep this card on the field for the next turn. So again, absolutely insane card. And again, clearly players, you must run this because this card is absolutely insane. Next, you want to run the double prime just so you can shuffle back in your Monarchs, spells and traps, and draw a card so that you can again go into your combo pieces. And then I like to run the one escalation again to kind of run on my opponent's turn, go off on a couple plays on my opponent's turn, which is absolutely insane. And again, all this is up to personal preference. This is only a 40 card deck, I believe. But anyways, that is it for your main deck, guys. Let's go on to the side deck. And the side deck is also up to personal preference. And honestly, I don't know what I did with the side deck, but I've run 3 YUGIOH. And the reason why I run 3 of these is because it's essentially a Slifer in your hand. When you special summon it, when you take battle damage, except it's only gaining 600 attack. And this allows you to take control of your opponent's monsters as well with the same level as the card you discarded to use its effect. But it's mainly a hand trap to be able to special summon when you take damage, and it doesn't have to be an attack. You can put it in defense and it gains the defense. So again, YUGIOH is just a very versatile card to be able to side in for Monarchs. Next, you want to run one legendary Magic Gauntlet. The reason why I run this is because you've got a crap ton of attack power with your Monarchs, so especially something like this by tributing your Monarchs can make this a very big card, and also inflict piercing. So as long as you can protect this card will be an extremely problematic card in today's game. And then you want to also side in, I'll side in the one Mathematician, because it would be good to be able to summon this, send the Eidos, and then banish the Eidos, especially when in a day from the grave, and then go off from your cover place from there. Or you could just summon it and then crash it and then draw an extra card. And then I side in the third Illusory Snatcher because I find out that I like to run a third one because again I want more attack power in the deck. And then next you want to run, I run 2 Enemy Controller, Rival Rivals, and then March of the Monarchs. I side in March and I don't main March because it's an alright card, but I only side it in if I'm playing against Pendulum Magician because then they can't target my monsters. Enemy Controller you can side in for pretty much any deck, and Rival Rivals just for an extra normal summon. Next, for my tech cards, I run 1 Nature's Reflection, 1 Chain Dispel. Now, I'm going to be getting 2 more of these cards, and I'll be taking out the Rival Rivals and the Enemy Controller and the March for those 2 cards, because Chain Dispel is an absolute blowout against Pendulum Magician, because what you can do is, if they activate the Wisdom Eye, you can activate this and destroy all Wisdom Eye that are in their deck. Same with all the other Pendulum monsters that they activate in their scales. You can activate this, destroy all from their deck, which is absolutely insane. And yes, they can chain the Astrograph and all that, but you've essentially sent all their Pendulum Magicians for their combos to the grave, and as you know, Pendulum Magicians don't utilize the grave, they utilize the extra deck. So Chain Dispel is an absolutely amazing card to go against them. Nature's Reflection is amazing against Trickstar, allowing you to, when you activate it, all effect damage that they would inflict to you inflicts to them instead. So it just shuts down the Trickstar matchup because they can't go on with their combo plays because they would be taking damage themselves. So it would just first turn activate this, and then they just essentially just pass because they don't want to take damage. They don't want to lose advantage with the actual deck. But I would run 3 of each of these in the side deck, in pretty much any side deck, because these are just absolutely amazing to be able to side in. And then I side in 2 Mirror Force just because why not? And then the one escalate, and then the second escalation because again kind of want to play a bit more of my opponent's turn. But anyways, that is it for the Monarch deck, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and also I'll take any criticism in videos. In my last Monarch, it's just I got a bit of criticism in that one because I do admit that was actually quite a bad build, but hopefully this build's a bit better. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit that like button if you like this video, and again, I'm sorry about the mediocre uploads, and that's why I'm taking the break essentially, so I can better my uploads again and just produce amazing content. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!